Welcome back, Certain Fitness Gang. Today we're going to keep it kind of light. We're going to be talking about things that people say to personal trainers. So again, welcome back everybody. If you're new, my name is Jody. I am an exercise physiologist and personal trainer. Our last video was a little bit emotional, a little bit heavy. We got really good feedback on it, but I wanted to make sure that we keep the channel open to everybody. You know, we're not going to always discuss those kind of topics. So today we're going to keep it really light. We're just going to talk about things that people say to personal trainers, kind of keeping it light. So the first one is one that I could rant on for hours. Literally, people come up, they're inquiring about personal training, and the first thing they say is, well, I just want to do a couple sessions so I can know what to do.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
That's really not what a qualified personal trainer does. So you just want to learn a few things to do. So you're going to go through the whole consultation process. You're going to do a full assessment. You're going to do a needs analysis, goal setting, all to figure out a couple things to do. It's not very efficient. It's not a very good way to go about it. A better thing to ask would be, hey, do you do exercise prescriptions? Can you help me write up my own exercise program? Way more efficient, way better thing to say. Seriously, if I had $1 for every time somebody came up and said, I just want to do a few sessions because I think I'll learn everything I need to know from that, I could retire. It's so frustrating. But again, people just don't know, they don't understand, they believe that, a personal trainer is just some person who worked out and they know a bunch of exercises and they can just throw them at the wall. Whichever one sticks, those are the ones I'm going to do. It doesn't really work that way at all. Again, these are all tongue-in-cheek. They're meant to be very lighthearted. I'm not picking on anybody, in particular. Again, people just don't know. There's a lot of misunderstanding about, the health and fitness industry, that kind of thing. So another one that I always hear is, people come up and say, well, a session's only 30 minutes. I work out for an hour, 3 times a week. Okay. The idea, the concept behind that is we are going to push you for that 30 minutes in a way that you may not do on your own, to kind of understand what you're capable of and what it takes to reach whatever goal it is that you have. And we expect you to come in early, maybe 10, 15 minutes early, get your warm-up in. And for me, I always prescribe a warm-up based on people's imbalances or weaknesses, things that we can do to correct those items. So we don't want to lead to an injury state down the road. So if we can fix those things through the warm-up, we don't have to do that during the workout. We can actually work on the goals that you have. Okay, so I expect people to come in 10 minutes early, knock out their warm-up, then we start at the top of the hour, bottom of the hour, whenever that is, and we have a full, solid 30-minute, really good workout. At the end of that, I'll tell them, XYZ, I want you to do for your cool down. So again, they start 10, 15 minutes early, we do the 30 minutes, they have another 10, 15-minute cool down. So overall, you're still doing an hour workout, but you don't need to pay me to stand there with a clipboard and watch you do your warm-up. You don't need to pay me to stand there and watch you do a cool down that I literally just told you what to do, okay? So again, I'm not picking on anybody, I'm not trying to call anybody out. This is just, a misconception that people have of, well, I only work out for 30 minutes, what good is that gonna do? Trust me, it's gonna do a lot of good. Another one that I get all the time, it's more so not with clients, but it's just people I'm talking to in general. They hear things and they just, they cling on to them. Well, this person's really in shape, he must know what he's talking about. And then they talk to me and I kind of set them straight and they almost don't believe me because they've believed this myth for so long. One of those is like a certain exercise is not good for you. I hear it all the time. Well, I don't do deadlifts because they're bad for your back. No, they're good for your back. It's what they're supposed to be fixing. Another thing that I hear is, squats. I don't do squats. Those are bad for your knees. What? Well, if you're doing them wrong, yes, they are bad for your knees. But again, it's learning how to do these movements properly that I kind of take pride in. I want to show people, you need to strengthen those hamstrings. You need to strengthen that posterior chain. You need to get off your knees. You need to get off that lower back and fix these items. Or yes, it absolutely will hurt your knees. And again, I'm not calling anybody out. This is, again, just very lighthearted. It's just things that I hear that I want to kind of set the record straight on. And a kind of a funny one that I hear from my clients quite a bit is, do I have to? No, you don't have to. You're an adult, you can do whatever you want to. I'm just telling you, if you want to get to your goals, these are the things you have to do. But there's always certain exercises and people are just like, ugh. It's because they, like I said before when we were talking about warm-ups, there's certain things that we need to work on. So there may be a certain exercise that we hit maybe twice a week and that this person just absolutely hates. Like, oh, do I have to do those again? Yeah, you do. I mean, we need to fix that thing to get you to where you want to be. So again, I hear that quite a bit. It's always funny, you know, I always come back with a, no, you don't have to do anything you want. You know, how's that working out for you? So again, keeping it really lighthearted, just, you know, having fun with this. So coming from like the rural kind of factory work setting kind of area where I'm from, I hear a lot of people say, you know, well, I work really hard, I don't need to exercise. No, you got those flip-flops. You need to exercise because you work really hard. You're creating imbalances, you're creating issues. You know, I hear it all the time from those same, you know, people of, you know, I worked really hard my whole life and I got a bad back. You know, and again, me just, you know, being me, kind of keeping it light, I will say, well, no, you worked stupid your whole life. That's why you have a bad back. We could have been working on that your whole life and fixing that so it never became an issue. So again, exercise is not just losing weight. I want to really just push that to people. It's pain-free movement, it's mobility, it's stability, it's creating an environment that you can be active way into your later years. So yes, you do work hard. I get that. It takes a lot of physical activity. You don't need to necessarily work on weight loss. But you do need to work on those other aspects like I just mentioned, of stability, of mobility. Those are things that we can all work on. So because you work really hard, you do need to exercise. Just want to make that very clear. Another humorous one that I get from my clients quite a bit, and again, it's always jokingly because after I have that first conversation with them, we kind of make it a joke, but there's always that thing at the end of the session of, oh, that was kind of easy, I think I could do more. Okay, that's like going, you know, when you're in school, going into your teacher and saying, you know, I appreciate the 2 hours of homework that you gave me, but I think we could do more. Be careful what you ask for. Also, we create a program. It's not just, you know, one exercise in and of itself is going to get you where you need to be. We're creating a whole program. So that particular workout is part of that program. What that probably means, if you're leaving your session and you say, that wasn't that hard, that was maybe a 5 on a scale of 1 to 10 of that perceived exertion, I could have done more. That probably means that your next session is going to kick your butt. So just be careful of what you ask for. Wait, see how you recover. It may be a couple days go by and you're just like, oh man, I'm kind of stiff from that workout. That's why I didn't push you that hard in that workout. So again, feedback is super important. Any bit of information I can get from my clients is really, really important to me. I need to know if I'm hitting the mark with their workouts. Are we getting to their goals in a manner that they feel is efficient? Also, each individual workout, did I miss the mark? Was it too hard? Was it too easy? These are all things that I need to know. But again, be careful about what you ask for. Let's go ahead and wrap this up with the golden nugget that I hear the most often. Literally, I hear this 2 or 3 times a week. No joke. I've been doing this since 2008, been a full-time personal trainer off and on throughout that time, and I hear this at least twice a week. So I ask somebody, so what are your goals? What do you want to achieve? I need to know this so we can create that journey, that path of what to do to get you to where you want to be. The first thing out of people's mouths, I'm going to say at least 85-90% of the time, I want to lose weight and tone up. I still don't know what that means. You want to change Earth's gravity on you and you want to get harder? I don't understand what that means, lose weight and tone up. So a better way to say that is, I want to lose body fat. Okay, that's fine. And another tidbit that always gets added to the end of that, not always, generally gets added to the end of that is, I want to lose weight and tone up, but I don't want to get bulky. Tell you what, if getting bulky was that easy to just accidentally become bulky, every guy who works out in a gym would be walking around like Ronnie Coleman. We'd all just be massive. It does not work like that. So one thing I always say to people who come up with that kind of, with that add-on is, have you ever done cardio? Have you ever ran a day in your life? And everybody says, well, yeah, of course I have. Did you accidentally become an Olympic sprinter? Did you accidentally become a marathon runner? No. you're not going to accidentally get bulky. It does not work that way. Absolutely does not work that way. But getting back to the losing weight and toning up, you need to be a little bit more specific. And you've heard me, you've heard Ian, we talk, till we're blue in the face about the whys of your goals. What specifically do you want to change and why? I want to lose weight and tone up. It doesn't help anybody anything at all. So what I say is, okay, your number one goal is pain-free movement. Number two is fat loss. Where do you go from there? You want to tone up, but you don't want to get bulky? What does that mean? Help me. Help your trainer. Figure these things out before you go talk to them. Why are you talking to the trainer? What specifically do you want to change? It makes it a lot easier for us then to kind of set those goals going forward. I appreciate everybody sticking through this video of just me ranting and just talking off the top of my head about just random things that I hear throughout my day. So really, I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, as always. And like I always say, if you have not subscribed, please do so. It would help us out immensely. Leave any comments you have down in the comment section. One thing I will say is we would like to do follow-ups on our videos. So if you've heard any of these things, or if you've talked to a trainer and you've heard any stupid things that they said, please leave those in the comments. I want to do another video about poor fitness advice that people have received from fitness professionals. I would love to do a video on that. Absolutely love to do that. So again, leave those comments if this is kind of a topic that you enjoy, or you like this layout of just me randomly talking, blah, blah, blah. Please leave a like down in the comments. And until next time,